Hey guys, good news. I think I found a temporary solution for like the volume imbalance that seems to be in the game in some areas. This isn't actually about if the sound volume of the rifles increased or not over the patch. It's actually outside of that. It is just sort of addressing any volume imbalance in any kind of game, except out of all my games, it's kind of the only one that has such imbalance. And what I'm talking about is just the sheer volume of the rifles in comparison, in relation to everything else in the area. It's been that way since the game's come out. Of course, some people really like it, that the gun is really loud like it's supposed to be. And a lot of us, depending on your sound setup, have been sort of just living with it for some time. And I won't really ramble too much. I'm gonna make the change, like do the before and after. But just so you know, the issue is more pronounced if you don't have a setup with like a bass to it. So like headphones always have a good spectrum of bass usually to them. Same with like a good speaker setup. If you're on a TV or a laptop, I've talked to a lot of people at this point about the volume kind of thing in the game. And there's definitely a connection there with speakers that don't have a lot of bass to them. Because if it's just mostly treble, yeah, you're getting like a treble increase, or the treble hits your ears differently than like if you have like a bass spectrum sort of merging it all together. If that makes any sense. But I just say that because it's usually affecting like laptop speakers and TV speakers with very low bass. Like headphones and good setups aren't really noticing it, kind of the imbalance as much, but it definitely exists. But I do have a solution, so sort of. I don't know, might work for some, might work for others. It's actually a window setting. So what we're going to do is a before and after. And, oh yeah, one more thing. I'm like greatly under the weather, so if I start going woo or something, it's I can't sleep, so I'm just like, I'll try and make the video to help the few people that this might help. And yeah, you also might hear something like old man wheezing or something like that. And if it's the last video uploaded, well, it's nice knowing you. The old cold or flu or whatever. It's starting to do the downward spiral. But anyways, before and after. So the important thing to note here is it's most pronounced with like the Mannlicher. But like the volume also affects like the collars and things like that. I think they've done some adjustments to that in the past, but like the elk collar, the bugle used to be really loud too. But this, like I said, goes for any game. So the before and after, what it's going to be is I'm going to just have the sound like quietly. I'm going to stop talking just so you can sort of hear what's in the background. Then I'm going to fire the rifle. Then I'm going to apply the change, fire the rifle again, and then have silence after that. So you can compare the difference between the two silences and the two rifles. And what you're kind of listening for, I kind of hesitate to tell you what to expect. I don't want to bias it, but I guess I sort of should. What happens is it's going to equalize. Basically, anything that's loud in the game will be brought down. Anything quiet in the game will be brought up. So you should, if it works right, you should hear, like, not quite the ambience, but the wind and stuff like that will be increased. Animal calls will be increased, like like that. The sticks will be snapping. Like that right there I could barely hear. But that'll all be brought up, and then the rifle sounds and anything loud will actually be brought down. So without further ado, we'll do the test. So here is the silence. Okay, so that was the test. I'm not too sure how it actually would come through, like on a YouTube video, because I'm monitoring the decibels, because there's a few things you have to do. I should have actually walked forward too, so you can hear the footsteps. But maybe I'll just do that test real quick. So if I shut up for a minute, I'll walk around. And then I'll switch to the normal way. Oh, and just one more gunshot so you can get the comparison again. So that's new way. Okay, and the normal old way. So you can still hear like the footsteps and walking around. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to sort of demonstrate over like over the YouTube. It's a lot like better in person. That call could help too, but I can't really time the call to work on it. So what's happening is if I can just sort of tell you the decibel readings on it, like the footsteps are a good, you know, almost 10 decibels more. Like the breeze in the background's more. It's brought the rifle down, as you should be able to hear that. It's just balanced it out a lot more manageable for me. So what happens is now I can use the rifles. I don't have to worry about it being too loud or greatly imbalanced. And I can also hear the little things sort of all around, like the wind, stuff I've never even heard before in the game very much, because I've always had to have the master down so much. So all of a sudden you can hear, like, you don't need to hear more birds really, because we had that problem, and there's the ambient slider, but you know, you hear the footsteps a little better, you hear all like the little details on like speakers, and it'll probably work for the laptop speakers, but the stick snapping will have several extra decibels to it, as well as like animal calls. So all that is just easier to hear, and of course the nice rifle sound reduction, which some may like, some may not. So what I'm going to do is show you how to do it. So you need your fancy schmancy control panel here. So control panel, hardware and sound. Then manage audio devices. There might be a quicker way to get in here, but I don't know, this is just how I do it. And then you'll get this little window popping up. These are like all your audio outputs and stuff like that. So you can see I just do the NVIDIA right to a Sony TV. It's like an old TV. You know, that's, I mean, it doesn't have much bass to or anything like that. But you will double click on whatever audio source you have here. Then I know this will be hard to see, but you get this the properties of the device, and I guess it's supposed to be on all Windows 11, and I think it's on Windows 10 where you get these things, but you just have all these tabs across the top: general, supported formats, levels, etc. You're looking for enhancements, and you want loudness equalization. So I'm going to turn it on so you can just hear the great difference that happens. It's actually going to get a lot louder. You can actually preview. You can keep this sort of open and sort of preview and give it a test run, but play around with this. But what it happens is you're actually going to hear it get way louder as soon as I turn this on and preview it. Because what's happening is Windows is equalizing everything by increasing its volume, like to a certain point, instead of trying to like bring some down and bring some volumes up. It's bringing them all up and then landing them around the same, not on the same decibel. It still has, you know, ratios. It just improves it. So what you actually have to do is go to levels and then set the level after. So this is just like your master control just for your Windows volume. And I find it works quite well. Well, you can do this, like set this up. You're going to see it's definitely louder, and go to levels and find the spot that you like. It's kind of annoying to have to do this every time you go into the game, but it's kind of my only fix at the moment. You're going to want to disable this when you're done playing, because you don't need this for other games or anything like that. But I find a good sweet spot is, I should actually go a little higher actually, but if I do enhancements, you can also preview it, so you're going to hear it probably get loud, maybe. It depends what YouTube picks up. There, so you should hear like all the wind and everything now. That was actually in the background right when you got the map up, and I never even hear all that, but it definitely increased all the volume. Like, it's crazy loud now. So I just go in here, set it down, like it disappears, but I don't know, maybe we'll set it here. Let's try 70. Try 70 and kind of see what we can hear. So of course you're just going to apply and get out of here, of course. So just apply your settings and away you go. Okay, so the test I had at about 50. But I think maybe 70 is a better example, maybe. Just fiddle around with it. So lots of volume there, so maybe too much. You can definitely hear that. Alright, so we got Sandbar yelling at me. It's coming through way clearer than ever. Now the thing is the rifle though. The rifle might still be too loud because I do have the volume cranked, but let's give it a try. Oh, I actually didn't know it was going to be that nice. So that's my new settings. I'm going to be doing about that 70 on, that's my settings. Play around with it for you guys, like launch that enhancement thing and then pick a volume that works, because you could just hear right there the deer call. I probably scared them away. I kind of want it to happen again. It was nice and loud. And I can hear the footsteps, I can hear the breeze. It might be a little loud, but you know, it's going to take a bit to sort of fiddle around. But the best part about it, I'm like with the loudness I'm hearing in the background with the wind and the birds and the footsteps, I want to plug my ears before doing this because of how used to it. And I don't have to at all. It's, in my opinion, fantastic. Well, there was a 10-minute video. I'm going to keep the settings like this and actually do a little bit of hunt, but I, you know, for that first half, anybody that just wanted to see what I was talking about, that's kind of the example. Sorry, I'm not like super professional on how to compare the things, but hopefully that came across. And it's just something to play with. It's fairly easy to do, and you can, like, if you do have a second monitor, I know it's kind of tricky with one monitor, but play around with it, find the setting. And for others that want to stick around, I'm going to use the man looker because I haven't been able to use it forever because of how darn loud it is in comparison to everything else in the game. I'm going to use it because I can't wait to use it. And we're going to do a little bit of a hunt because I just want to... I actually haven't hunted too much with the new settings at all. Mainly because of my under the weatherness. I might want to bring it down, but I'm kind of hesitant because I really want to hear the noises. So I'm actually playing as Jackie because I actually went into the story. Those videos come out in a little bit. I pre-recorded a bit of the story. But what should we use? Where should I go? I haven't gone up here at all. Into the highlands. I've been really going in here to find red deer, but it's I don't really see too many of them. Oh, it's a good spot. Go into the highlands again? Like, the highlands is pretty easy, right? This must be a fast travel point. I don't really have a close location. Oh, it's 6 o'clock there. I'm gonna have to sleep. You know what I should do is probably hop in here. And drive up to, like, the border and then walk from there. How loud does that click? Oh, that's actually too loud for YouTube. Oh, okay, sorry guys. But I'm not used to actually having the click really come through. Oh, wow, okay. And then, hold on, I gotta fire the gun again, just to make sure I'm not, like, wrecking your guys' ears. No, that's okay. That's actually about how loud my voice is. Alright, so, yeah, I don't know about the clicking. I mean, it's gonna take a moment for everybody to, like, to sort through the settings. And don't forget to turn it off when you're done. Or to mess up your other games. Okay, up here at the little fast travel point. I gotta keep forgetting to hit these things. There we go. So what did that unlock? And yeah, sorry about if it's loud clickies and things like that. I'm gonna use the remainder of the video on the hunt. Because I'm gonna listen back to it on YouTube and just see how bad. I think it's gonna come through slightly too loud on the interface and stuff. But there's lots of sliders for that, so I can figure that out. And where's the parking spot here? If I turn hunter sense on, will the parking sign light up for me? Or does this one not have one? Where are they hiding it? Oh, it's probably way over here. Here it is. So I'm gonna pop in the UTV because people also complain about the volume of the UTV. That's a big one. So yeah, I'm pushing for the volume sliders, weapons, lures, and UTV vehicle sounds. Sliders. So let's pop into one of these and just see how bad it's going to come through here. And I want to go north because I'm actually pointing the wrong way. Let's just try and get up here. Oh, I forgot to sleep. Okay, 1 second. We're not going to go do a nighttime hunt. Oh man, this might not be good. I'm like in real world dizzy. I keep forgetting which way is north and south. And I'm turning the wrong way. Isn't that? I'm not at the point where, you know, I'm hacking and coughing and whatnot. Everything's fatigue and super dizziness. But I can sit and talk, sort of. I'll probably listen back to this and find out none of it makes sense. Alright, so that was pretty loud. Yeah, that's gonna be too loud. Okay, so I am gonna have to... Whoop. I am probably going to make a minor tweak here. Alright, I brought it down a bit, but yeah, that UTV is loud. I definitely see what people mean. I never really noticed it before, right? Because this solution probably actually increases the UTV volume. I bet you it does. When it brings down the rifle. Or maybe this one's sitting right at that balancing point. Oh well, so heads up on that. This isn't bad. I think it'll come through okay. So it's going to be a little bit of learning for me, but I'm happy that I can use these rifles again and not have to worry too much. Where am I going again? Up here. I mean, I've never really been up here too much. Like, the views are really cool. They should be coming to the water soon, a lot of them. But yeah, I remember that Sika and Sandbar, they all drink at a different time, right? So you can stumble. Oh, here we are. Who's this coming down here? And here's the other thing I'm testing. I need multiple herds around, which shouldn't be too hard in this game, in this New Zealand here. To test the sound muffling ability of the tripod. Because it seems like it doesn't apply to the herd that you're hitting, like shooting at, but it applies to herds that are not being targeted. When you shoot, they don't seem to spook. They kind of stand around and go, do we have anything else around that I can... Oh yeah, here we go. So I'm curious. These guys are too far away for probably to even worry about the gun on hiker anyways. Got a whole lot of middle of the road elk here. But we will aim for... Aw, see? I can hear it. It's not like a quiet little thing I barely notice. Ah, perfect. Keep singing, elk. This is such a great example. They're singing away, and as I mean, try it on your end. It is the world of difference on my end here. And I know for sure those sounds didn't come through on my YouTube videos before. Like, they did, just nowhere like that. Oh. I do like the elk. The elk are very cool. I can certainly appreciate that. Well, let's hop in here. Whoop out our tripod. And we'll just make it a 20-minute video. We'll do a little bit of a hunt here. We got a solo out here as well. Yeah, everything's just sort of middle of the road. Yeah, I haven't used the 9.7 or 9.3. 9.3, right? In a long while. And I did measure the increase, even though this isn't really about the increase. It works, right? But I found a sound file that has the same recording stuff as the stuff I'm using now, which is most of my actually sound files. But it was when the Steyr Arms pack came out, and I was testing them all at the firing range. And there is a 3 to 5 decibel increase from whatever version patch that was to now. So NRG, actually, to their credit, they investigated, and they're like, their sound engineer or engineers looked into it, and they said there's no difference from the previous patch to this one. And I'm like, oh, that's quite the puzzle. Because my test isn't, like, foolproof. It could have been, like, a different setting. However, now I'm thinking it actually happened not last patch, but, like, the one before. And I just never even noticed, probably because I've been using the crossbow mostly. Because the rifle sounds have been bothering me. So now I don't know. Maybe it changed earlier and I never really caught on. And I just caught on now because with the early access, I hopped in here and I was just, with all these animals, I took the 30-30 out and I was just firing, like unloading on them. And then I switched to like the SSG, and that's when I really noticed it. I was just emptying the magazine. I'm like, man, oh, that's loud. So I'm wondering if it's been that way for a while. I should actually check my previous videos and see what weapons I've been using through the previous patch. I've been using the SM12, which it's not really noticeable that much through. Like, that one's not a painful one. And of course, I've been using the Apex a lot, and I use the 30-06 in the Jackal hunt. So I don't know. Did I notice it then? I don't actually know. But the 30-06, I think you can hear it really stands out too. But So, anyways, I'll quit rambling. I have no idea. I don't get why when in regards to the increase, I don't know why I see it and it doesn't appear anywhere else. But I have that kind of, it's not really proof. I'm not really trying to prove anything really. But I have that 3 to 5 decibels increase. And then I also have my ears telling me that it changed, right? So you have these two things. I'm like, so I've been investigating it more just because, like, am I crazy? But just so you know, it's a 10 decibel. Like the decibel scale is a non-linear measurement of like the human ear, right? So it's a 10 decibel increase is a doubling of sound or perceived doubling of sound. So 3 decibels isn't very much. However, to detect like a sound pressure change, it's down to like every 3 decibels, like the ear will notice. So, and I'm wondering if it's like a treble heavy setup on the treble tones, that it comes through more. I'll leave it out. You know, I actually didn't even notice how much motion blur are on these guys. Look at all the things I'm noticing. Like this guy lifts his head. There was a lot of motion blur on that guy, which I'm okay with. A lot of people turn it off, but I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's got quite the motion blur. Kind of blends it all together, right? Anyways, I am definitely rambling now, but that's my big story. Let's fire the... see, this is where my head's struggling. It's a 9.3, right? I want to keep saying 9.7. Right? Am I losing my mind? Oh, it doesn't actually say here. Yeah, 9.3, right? Yeah, okay. For some reason my confused head is wanting to say 9.7 for some reason. I don't even know where that's from. The man liquor. So there's the guy I want. They're just gonna be all middle of the pack. Oh, there's 2. I wanna net something. The one guy right here, he looks older, so I'm just gonna go for the older 1-star. Even though I should take out this guy actually, because this guy is gonna go on his own, right? And this guy will be around longer, pulling down the genetics. Only 100 meters away. This should crush him. Hey, can we do double shot? Oh, I don't think I hit through to there. Oh, I can definitely use the rifle now. Where'd he go? Oh, he didn't come out. Let's hit his back or something. Oh, he's bleeding heavy. Just kind of going for the back of the head. I do like that. That's not a hit. That's a startle. I kind of like that effect. So did the first guy go down? I don't even know. Let's go get him though. Yeah, he's just... I don't worry about... like the meat integrity anymore. I think I got like 200,000 gold doubloons or something. Oh, look at him go though. Oh, bunny rabbit. Let's see if we can hit him. 400. Gonna go a little high. I'm not using hunter sense. Well, let's use hunter sense to see the wind. Yeah, okay. So... yeah, gonna hit a little high and to the left. Okay, no problem. I'll have to wait till the bunny stops. Oh, see, that was the accuracy of the man liquor there. Oh, over his head. Oh, he got up. Oh, way behind. Wow. No way you're gonna hit that guy. But now, yep, I can use the rifle. Oh, way too in front. Alright, well that's fun. Lobbing that big shell at him. Okay, let's the other guy's down in here, right? They were... oh, he's right here. Okay. Let's go get him. Alright, here he is. Let's see what happened. Skull, 9.3. And whammo. Just missed the brain, too. I was more focused on trying to place the shot behind. Oh, it didn't even really carry out. Never mind. That's too bad. 55%. Big bunch of money. Sell him off. And this is going to be a bit of a drive to get this guy. Alright, here he is. And this is the new way of making money, I think. Just kind of chase these elk herds around in the highlands here. And, send them out. Alright, so the first shot did not hit this guy. So that would have been the second. Nice shot, though, in the second one. Nice. Kind of right where you want it. Good. And then this one was, yeah, I thought maybe it hit a little lower, but that's not bad either, because it did actually manage to get to a lung. Wait, did it knock out that lung? It did, too. It finished it off. Isn't that something? See, I like the 9.3 here. 34%. Get rid of him. Tell him off. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll keep playing around with the audio for this game in case it's too loud, but I'm going to have to revisit this once I upload it to YouTube and take a look-see. Alright guys, so hopefully that helps somebody. And thanks for watching. Everybody take care. Happy hunting.